was absolutely one of the greatest scenes I've ever seen in a movie. They were portraying this, and this actor was portraying Jesus, and he was writing in the sand, and the camera cut to what he wrote, and this was what it was. Grace was written in sand. The word grace was written out. I thought, yeah. But Jesus was writing in the dirt, in the sand, and he never spoke a word. He let him continue to rant and to speak and to talk about this woman who had done these things in her past. And they continued to ask, and they were probing, and they were just waiting for Jesus to say, hey, yeah, let the beating begin. They gave their cause. In the law, Moses has said, this is what we got to do. Now, what do you say? He stooped and he wrote. They continued asking. He finally lifted him up and he set himself up and he said these words. He that is without sin among you, let him first cast a stone at her. I want to just translate that into good old southeastern Kentucky hillbilly lingo. Whichever one of you cats is perfect, pick your rock up and you crack her first. Whichever one of you guys think you ain't done nothing wrong, and you're living absolutely perfect and spotless, you be the first guy to beat her right between the eyes. But he spoke those words, and guess what? No response. No response whatsoever. I can imagine the guys going, uh-oh, I wasn't expecting that. I can imagine some of them guys looking over at one of the big chief wigs and said, hey, you never told us he was going to say this. Hey, man, this wasn't part of it. And these guys were just speechless because Jesus had absolutely stumped them once again. When he said, if you're sinless, you be the first guy. There was silence. And it said from the oldest down to the youngest to the last of them, they began to just absolutely exit the scene. They began to, I can just imagine going, man, come to a stoning and we never got to throw the first one. This wasn't part of the deal. You know, when we met together over a while ago, you told us we was going to bash this woman's brains out. And then we get here and then Jesus stops us all. Why did this happen? Why? Because Jesus was looking ahead. He was looking ahead to the future, not dwelling in the past. And it said here, when they heard it, they were convicted by their own conscience, and they went out one by one, beginning at the oldest. And Jesus was left alone, and the woman standing in the midst. Just Jesus and the woman. And he lifted up himself, and he saw none but the woman. And he said these words. He said, hey, woman, where are those accusers? Is there no man here to condemn you? And she said, she looked around. What? There's no man here. There's nobody here, Lord. And Jesus said unto her, neither do I condemn thee. Go and sin no more. I want to tell you something. At that moment, Jesus put her in a new direction. He set her on a different path. He put her on a new highway. He changed everything about her at that point. She was no longer dwelling in the past. She was no longer living all of the things that she had lived. She was no longer a part of that. But he said, neither do I condemn you. You need to go and sin no more. Now, the key part of every bit of this was Jesus was looking ahead, and he specifically told her, you're not condemned by me, but you are to leave from this point forward, go and stop doing what you've been doing. Repentance is not simply forgiveness. Repentance is to turn from the direction you were going, to head in another direction, to change your lifestyle, to change the things that have been occurring in your life, to follow Jesus. And he made it clear. Now you go and you sin no more. A brand new start for her that day. Jesus has a brand new start for some of you today. Today, a brand new start. He spoke these words, and I love this verse right here, and this just makes it complete in verse 12. When Jesus spake, and again, and he said this, he says, I am the light of the world. And he that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life. Let go of the past and walk in the light. Leave the past behind. Forget the things of old. Walk in the light and follow him. Go and sin no